dark tonight. I am. Y'all come on in. Let's talk about this for a little while. Did you know it? Did you know it is the question? Y'all know I always got questions. Baby, I'm sitting out here. These people out here on this pit, they are cooking their butts off and it's smelling something good. Uh-huh. I don't know what they got, but it's sure smelling good out there. I'm glad I ain't hungry because I would sure walk down there and act like I was. Give y'all a minute to come on in. How was your week? My week was lovely. It was a busy week, and next week is going to be even busier than this week, but it's all good. I don't care. It's another day, the Lord. Yeah, sure enough. So, we were supposed to come on now. I don't know if Granny Miss Loretta came on tonight or not. Because I did try to contact Miss Loretta, but I didn't even look to see if I had gotten back with her. She had gotten back from me. Hey, mister, you here? That's a good thing, mister. I'm glad. It's been a long, hard week, but I'm here. My princess is up in the building too tonight. She's sitting outside, y'all. I'm out here at the pool. Mm-hmm. And the people down there cooking. Y'all see them? Look at that. It's smelling good. I wish y'all could smell it, baby. Woo! Yes, indeed. I'm glad I ate. Grandma did me some hot tamales. So all I had to do was unwrap them and eat them. That's it. That's all. And I didn't even know she was going to do them. And the guy came out with them. I was like, okay, here's dinner. So I ate two, and I'm full as a tick. Probably shouldn't have, but that chicken sandwich I had earlier today, baby, that chicken sandwich wasn't chickening. Is that a word, chickening? It wasn't chickening at all. No, I wasn't going to be able to do that. What you got to say to just because you know you got something to say. Ms.V, we can't see you. Well, I done worked all day. I ain't had a shower. I still got on the same clothes I had. But I came on out here to talk to y'all, and I did that. Granny, watch your kids. Watch my kids for what? I ain't got no kids to watch, honey. You on the wrong channel. You got the wrong person, sugar. Hey, Miss Jackie, how you doing? Miss Mary's in the building tonight. Hey, Miss Mary. Hello, Robert. Ladies like 60 begging for attention. How sad. They might be. This ain't one because I'm not 60, so I'm 70. So get your number straight. If you coming over here trying to insult me, you didn't. Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V, Robert. Yeah. Hi, Miss Audrey. Look like you over here looking for attention. Okay, you didn't even speak to the people when you came in. How disrespectful is that, Robert? Let them stay in here. Don't nobody care. Miss Audrey, take a break tonight. We don't care nothing about what they saying. Evening, Miss V, you say it wasn't chickling. The chicken wasn't chickling. That's what I said. Sure wasn't. I'm losing brain cells here. No more internet to. Well, go on about your business then. Why you keep writing? Then nobody asked you to come in here no way. You probably ain't had no brain cells to lose. You want to get told off. That's what you want. You looking for attention because you keep writing. If you wasn't, you go on about your business. We don't need you. We didn't ask you to come. Bye. Okay? Let's see how stupid you are. See how quick you going to come back with something else. You know what? You're not Robert. You are a woman. Ain't no man, no real man gonna keep coming in here doing that. That's a woman, okay? Hey, Crunchy Poe, how you doing? He is laughable. We wasn't even finna talk about him like that, but he wants to be talked about. And Miss Audrey, who got mad at him and said I had enough? Who done got upset with him? I can't even tell. But anyway, y'all, you got timed out, Robert. They said they ain't having it. Okay, you just get on folks' nerve. I guarantee you that ain't a man. That is a troll. Okay, and it is a woman troll. I've been out here long enough to know how men talk. Real men don't talk like that. And they don't keep coming back at you and saying stuff like that. Why would a man tell another woman that? That's a woman, okay? Miss V is good at this. Hey, Shatika, how you doing, baby? Miss Mary, good evening to you. Miss Mary, that's the other Miss Mary coming in. Got two Miss Marys over here. I feel important. You do it too, huh, Tagistic? Yeah, that's what they do. They get any kind of name, trying to act like somebody else. That's cowards. I would never go into nobody's chat and try to talk noise to them under a troll name. If I go into a chat, I'm coming in there as chatting with Ms.V. That's who I'm coming in there as, okay? Because that's the only page I got. And chatting with Ms.V and friends, which I never use. Hello, Susu. How you doing, baby? Where you from? Welcome to Chatting with Miss V. I timed them out. We are adults over here. Respectfully, so I'm just saying, I ain't fooling with y'all like that tonight. But y'all, far from the Diddy saga that's been going on, because that's going to be going on for almost a whole year, from my understanding. They got so many people that are filing lawsuits on a daily basis. And I tried to look up tonight to see how many cases Busby had lost. So far as I understand, he ain't lost no cases. The man is just that good. He's filed 120 lawsuits that he's going to represent. Hello, Mickey. Real men know that stoicism wins. Stoicism wins. You right. Okay. Welcome, Mickey. I don't know if you male or female, probably a male with a Y on the end, I'm thinking. But if you're not, excuse me and welcome, okay? So, anyway, that's what's going on with him. I ain't seen nothing new out there to even talk about tonight. If y'all saw something new, y'all can put it in the chat. But I'm finna talk about something that's real important to me. Eating, dressing. Y'all know the port of Houston, not port of Houston, the port period closed down. Let me get me some glasses so I can read what y'all saying. You may make it okay. So anyway, so you know I know what I'm talking about. That's a woman that was talking. That was not a male. So anyway, it took only 3 days for one side to blink, and potentially the strike was over. Thank the Lord. So the East Coast and the ports coming in on the Gulf Coast where I live down here, close to Galveston, lost plenty of money, and we're going to talk about it. I didn't realize they made that much money, much less could lose that much money in one day. The members of the International Longshoremen's Association, the union representing 50,000 members covered under the contract of the United States Maritime Alliances, said on Friday that the two sides had reached an agreement. I'm talking about today, Friday, okay? So that's a good thing, because we would have been seeing prices like post-pandemic. They already done put the prices up too high as it is. And then imagine the ports closing down for a minute, baby, off the chain. I'm trying to see what y'all saying. Okay, let's see. Thershire, ma'am, you are looking cool. Thank you, sugar. How can you see me out here in the dark sitting on the balcony? I thank you. I appreciate it. John Amos' daughter made a statement going have investigation. Okay, that's a big deal too. We can talk about that also. Let me get on down here with this point. We'll come back to John Amos, because supposedly the son took off John Amos and wouldn't let the rest of the family even see him, and the man just kind of passed away alone and by himself, which ain't a good thing. Hey, Brittany. Let's see, I think. Hey, Miss Jackie Johnson, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. I'll look at it, Miss Audrey, and we'll talk about that baby tomorrow. His son took him out. You think so? Truly yours? Oh, Lord, y'all want to talk about this tonight. I ain't mad at you. Come on, let's talk about it then. Because all I read was the son took him away. He died a lonely, miserable death. And that's all I knew. And truly yours is coming here saying, yes, ma'am, the son took him out. But why would he do that? Surely the man had his money how he wanted it to go. And see, that pisses me off. When people take the time to sit up and make out a will the way they want it to go, and then they pass away and they entrust that the people are going to do what they want them to do, and then all of a sudden it doesn't go that way. That would just really chap me to find out later in the next life that you took upon yourself to do what you want to do, but that was not the will at all. But then when you die, would you want somebody to do you like that? Step in and just give your money to somebody you didn't want to have it, or your earthly possessions? That's some wrongdoing stuff there. I can't with that. Crunchy Poet's laughing. He hated him. Well, how did they let him get him? Truly yours. He had other family members. How did he just went in there and took him on with him? Audrey stated he was on medication and the son didn't give it to him and missed lots of doctor's appointments. He didn't want to be cremated. Oh, now that is really sad. That really is. That just hurts my heart because I got a will made out. And I would hate to think that I have a small family now compared to the family I had growing up. It ain't many of them left here. But the few I got left here, I got it stated exactly how I wanted to go. And I entrust that my sister would do what I asked her to do. But I can't worry about it because I'm going to be gone. I just don't. That's too much for me. Okay. Truly yours says he mistreated him the entire time. Oh, he going to pay for that. Okay. He going to pay for that. I don't know why he did that, why he took him and mistreated him like that. But God is not dead. No, he is not. She stated her uncle made his will and the son would have him to sign more wills. Oh my God. And then he's at the mercy of this man and he can't take care of himself. So what choice does he have, whether he liked it or not? That could only make you leave here sooner. Now he worked for that money all his life. And then I read too, he had two sets of kids, I believe, because he was married twice. Because I saw the first wife, she was very pretty, but she had passed away. But they did have a child or two children, I don't remember how many, together. Okay, so Miss Jack is speaking to you, Nathan. John Amos finally suspects foul play. Wow. I hope not. Yeah, we got enough stuff going on in the world like that. Then why that man couldn't just live out his best last days, however it was supposed to be, without somebody coming in and trying to do something to him? He cheated and made a second family. Yes, I read that he did on the first wife. And then he made a second family. So I guess it's the children of the two wives that weren't getting along. Now the son, is he from the first wife or from the second wife? Because I didn't get that. I just knew, I think it was a girl and a boy involved in this. I don't know how many more children, but I remember the son was the one who had him. And I assumed the son was by the first wife. That's too much. I cannot with that. Getting old is just not good when it comes to a lot of things when you start thinking about stuff like that. Now, I've been working since I was 18 years old. I am not 70 years old. Whatever I've accomplished in life, I wanted to go to where I wanted to go to. Did not work for it. But then that ought to be the way it should go then. Also reported he had dementia. Yes, only two siblings. They had different mothers. The first one was very pretty. I saw a picture of her. She was a light-skinned lady. I did not see a picture of the second one. Okay. She had court ordered her brother couldn't do another will. She's the oldest. Okay, so the girl is by the first wife and the boy is by the second wife. So I guess he thought since the first wife was gone on and then there was daughter just there, then he could just say and do whatever he wanted to. Look here. This message was held by review. Well, you big dummy, you shouldn't have come in here and said what you said. Okay? So I just feel bad for the daughter and the son that, I'm sure he had enough for both of them to have gotten along just fine without all of this. It's always that greedy one. Now that's what plucks my nerves. Why you gotta be greedy? Ooh, I can't with that. So anyway, back to the longshoremen's thing, okay? The work stoppage had threatened to disrupt supply chains. So I was thinking today, man, if this thing had lasted longer than a few 3 days that it did last. Do you know what a pickle we would have been in again? You talking about food prices going up. You talking about supplies and demand. Baby, I'm sure the stores knew this was coming because they had heard about it, but they just didn't know when. But if it had lasted more than 3 days, again, prices would have went sky high because you're talking about imports and exports now. Hey JP, how you doing, sugar? So the work stoppage had threatened to disrupt supply chains, causing shortages of some consumer goods and supplies needed to keep the United States factories running. It also temporarily cut off the flow of many American exports, putting overseas sales at risk for some of the U.S. businesses. But relatively speaking, little damage was done because it only lasted 3 days. Especially since some shippers had rushed to move their goods through the ports ahead of the 12:01 a.m. Tuesday morning that the strike took place. So everything just worked out for our good. You know, we got a lot going on. We got an election coming up in less than what, a month and a half or something like that. And then this Diddy stuff is taking over. And then we had a port strike. Thank God it didn't last but a minute. And no attention is really being focused on the election right now. I don't know what they're doing. I see very little stuff to even come out here and report about. Let's see. To say you don't mistreat sick people, the elderly, or the children. If you do, you're going to hell. You got to. It can't be no place in heaven for you to be there. You know, the Bible tells you about older people with their wisdom and their discernment and how you should learn from them and how they should be like anchors or pillars for the community. And instead of downing them and bashing them, they've been here all their life doing stuff for people. Now it's that time to be taken care of, and you're not doing it. You can't. That can't be nothing but a hell for you. And that's it. Let me go down with my comments here. Okay, they really coming in, trying to say something. Hey, Miss Patsy, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. We just out here chatting about John Amos and the strike that went on, and you know I haven't seen much about the election. Ain't nothing new about the Diddy thing, so far as I'm concerned, that I even want to discuss tonight. I'm about sick of hearing myself. I am. Every day it's more and more, and it's more and more people involved, and I'm just flat out tired. I was ready to pack my bags and go to work. Glad it didn't last. Yes, indeed. Julia not working right now? But anyway, they got the money they were supposed to be getting. So, and that's a good thing. The strike didn't take but 3 days. And they agreed for a raise of $4 an hour for the union members on top of the current base pay of $39 an hour. So what is that? 39 plus 4, that's $43 an hour. That ain't bad, okay? Then the union members will get an additional $4 per hour raise every year for the 6-year tentative deal. So they did pretty good in 3 days, although it's not over. Their raise will be a total of $24 an hour during the life of the contract, which is roughly about 62%. Yes, I'm taking about what? Oh, you're talking about the strike. Okay. So you said I was ready to pack my bags and go to work. Glad it didn't last. Yes, I'm talking. You got taken. Okay, you're talking about the strike. Okay. Well, now they went on, and I think this is going to go on until January. And that's kind of strange to me. We'll have new presidents in office when this thing comes about. Think about that. So how will that influence the whole situation? The Port of New York and New Jersey early Tuesday, soon after the start of the strike, said they had already agreed to give them $3 an hour, and they rejected it with some colorful language and took their members back to it was 1977 the last time they had a strike. That's a long time. So that means they probably had been getting no decent raises or anything since 1977. People can't live on that kind of money from back then. Okay, this is a different day and time. You got to remember everything has gone up probably 5 to 10 times since 1977. Things were cheap in 1977 as compared to now. Ain't no way. Once there was an agreement on the wages, both sides were eager to get workers back on the job as soon as possible. But can you blame them? Even if there's still more to be done on the rest of the contract, they went back to work. They can't afford to stay out. There were ships anchored off shores waiting to come into the ports from Maine to Texas in order to load and unload the goods. The workers who were not getting paid and did not have any strike benefits available to them from the union during the strike were eager to limit their loss of income because they didn't get paid. So it only made sense for both sides to have the strike suspended and a previous contract extended until January the 15th. Okay. So they returned to normal pretty fast, and I thank God for that because I can't imagine going in there. It would have been just like a hurricane had come. I don't know how many of you live in Hurricane Alice, but when a hurricane comes through, people go in there and they buy up all the toilet tissue, all the paper towel, all of the goods that you know you're going to need to make it through. All the water is gone off the shelf. If you don't get that the first day, and I'm thinking, you think you the only one got to clean your butt, wipe your tinkle, and drink some water? It's all the meat in the world left. They only buy enough where they can put it on the barbecue pit and have some meat. That's it, and warm it up on there. So it's plenty of food there, but canned supplies and box foods and stuff like that, they're gone. So let me tell you how much money these people had. So while the flow of the goods were returning to normal ahead of the strike, various logistics experts say that it would take 3 to 5 days to recover from one day the port was shut down. So you think if it was 3 to 5 days to recover, okay, for one day, you start adding that up. So days would turn into months and months would turn into years. So that's why I say I am so happy that this thing shut down at least until January. Now, that's not saying that they might not go back out on another strike, but at least we're good for now. We can't take too much more. This thing here is enough to crack people up. It's too much going on at one time. JP says she didn't spend a dime. Me either. Hey, Crunchy Pole, you always in here laughing. Uh-uh. I mean, if I have enough in there now, I have enough toilet paper, I have enough paper towel, I have enough water. Why am I go out there and clean off the shelves and then have all that stuff where I got to try to house it somewhere until I use it up? It's just me up in here using it. That's crazy. Mm-mm. So let me give you an example. The port of New York and New Jersey, the largest port that was affected and the nation's third largest port by cargo volume, as well as the port of Virginia, both announced to their shippers that their gates would remain closed throughout today as the two ports work to get containers positioned to move around the grounds as soon as possible. Typically, though, containers can be loaded directly from the ships onto the trucks, but they are also often stacked on the port grounds, waiting to be picked up and moved around. The trucks will be allowed in the gate starting Saturday. That's in the morning. Other ports are looking to add weekend hours and try to deal with the backlog. Thank you, Miss April Love. I appreciate that, darling. And thanks for coming over. April Love is a content creator. Please check her out. April Love, a motivating factor. So, of course, 3 days shutdown is not uncommon. We have 3 day shutdowns when the storms come here. And the food is wiped off the shelves. And they kind of price gouge when they putting it back on and replenishing the shelves because they know you need it. And that's the way they do it, y'all. Several of the ports on the southeast had been shut ahead of the strike due to Hurricane Helene. So the people up there were already experiencing difficulties. Donna says, double tap the screen. Hit that live and run it up. Miss April says, hey, beautiful lady, I had to renew. I'm with you, darling. Thank you, Miss April. I appreciate that. I try to catch your lives every chance I get because Miss April really does. She reminds me a lot of myself. She brings out very interesting topics of conversation, not so much about people, but things that will help you throughout your life. And that's what I like listening to her about. It's just not drama out here of talking about this person and talk about that person. I don't see how that's going to benefit anybody. But anyway, check it out for yourself. Like, share, and subscribe. Um, Let me get you gone. Okay, hold on. Okay. The feeling is mutual. Okay, thank you, Miss April. I appreciate that. So, despite the talk of the strike affecting hurricanes recovery efforts, there were almost no impact on the flow of emergency supplies to the storm victims. And that's a blessing because the people in enough struggle as it is in the Carolinas and the other states that were hit by the storms. I mean, I'm very familiar with this, having been born in Louisiana with storms there and then moving to Texas for the major portion of my life. I'm very familiar of how things go when the storms come. And people will pull together for a little while, help each other out. And as soon as they recover, they don't know you no more. So the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey lost between 250 to $300 million a day during the strike. Did you hear what I said? 250 to $300 million a day. That's a lot of money, y'all. Longshoremen, this came from the Longshoremen's Association. The unloading of containers from ships will resume at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So I don't know what time it is here. It's probably going on about 8:15 here Central Standard Time. So that they probably are getting ready to resume or have resumed Eastern Standard Time. And thank the Lord for that. That's about 1 billion in economic losses to one single port. That's unbelievable. Do you realize it took the diddler 30 years to make a billion? And one port can lose 1 billion in a day? Unbelievable. Y'all, please hit the like button here for me, please. I appreciate it. There are currently 24 ships anchored, waiting to get into the port of New York and New Jersey to unload this morning. They were there waiting. They included 4 car ships, 1 specialty ship. Now, I don't know what's going to be on a specialty ship, and 19 container ships carrying 35,000 import containers with all types of consumer goods. There were also 35,000 containers on inbound ships trying to bring it in. That's a lot of transportation going back and forth. You think about it. But without those goods and services, how miserable would you be tonight? See, we don't think about the little people who do the jobs around here, like the trash man and the garbage man, until they don't run. We don't think about the people who work in transportation until you can't go where you want to go. We don't even think about the little school teacher who's teaching your child every day to be a productive citizen and be able to get out on their own and have a job. We just send them to school and get mad at the teacher when something go down that we don't like. That's crazy to me. We don't think about the medical health care workers who have to take care of our loved ones until they pass on or until they get better. They put up with a lot of stuff. They get thrown up on, they get pooped on, they get peed on. All of that in a day's work. You think they get paid enough money for that? No, they got the like to do that. That's how that goes down. It's trucker strike, we done. Yes, we're done. For now. Okay? Until January the 15th, Donna. And then we could come back again because they haven't finished negotiating the full deal yet. They got the money for now that they wanted, okay? Miss April say, Miss V, I was surprised at how many people emptied the shelves in the stores. Really? See, I didn't even go in there, Miss April. Even in the cities where the storms really didn't affect. Wow. And why they do that? Like, enough is enough. I mean, if you got enough tissue, you gonna come through this in a couple of weeks. If you got enough tissue to last you, why are you going in there trying to clean off the whole shelf like nobody else need tissue too? The people's voice is powerful. We all need to stand up for our rights. Exactly. In whatever job you're doing. If you're not at $1 million status as an entrepreneur, because you probably not going to be working a job making $1 million, okay? You had to be doing some entrepreneurial work to get to that million or climb that ladder to that CEO status. And that's not everybody. So why not appreciate the people who are coming in and cooking your food for you when you go into those restaurants? Do you tip them when you go out, or do you just eat the food and just leave? They stand on their feet all day long. Everybody can't do the same thing. If you lucky that you don't have to do that, thank God and be blessed. But you are not everybody. It takes all of these jobs to make the world go round. Everybody can't sit at a desk every day and just be on a computer. Somebody got to pick up the trash more than once a week. Because every container you bring something home in now goes into the trash. Whereas in days gone by, we didn't have that much trash. April Wright, no bread, milk, toilet tissue like it's C19 again. Wow, that's a shame, Donna. But I feel you on that because I know how they do here when we have a storm coming in. You got to get in there early or you won't get nothing. And then some of the stores here the last time around told you how many you could get off the shelf. They had to do that to keep people from taking everything. You can only get a one pack of 16 two-ply tissue. They had it down like that. Big old sign up there on the door telling you with a little flyer you take in with you. And if you brought more than that up to the counter, you had to leave one at the counter. That's how bad it became. Yes, ma'am. Tip above percentage of bill of how they be happy to see. What is that? I don't know what that is. In satin, I don't know what that is. ISAGSIN, Donna. Did you spell it right? Or am I not pronouncing it right? I don't know what it is if I'm pronouncing it right. In Saxon. I don't know. Um, it was crazy, Jewel, and it didn't make a lick of sense, but that's what people do. Oh, they had a limit where you live also? Oh, to see is to see it again. Okay, I got it, Donna. I didn't know what that was. It all kind of went together there. I got you. Okay. Let me read that again. Yes, ma'am. Tip above percentage of bill. Oh, they be happy to see it again. Yes, they do. A lot of people live off those tips because their base pay is so small. I understand people greedy. Hold on, it just jumped on me. Ooh, 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 let me find it. Where did it go, y'all? Oh, I don't know where it went to. It jumped completely up there. But I don't want to miss. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Give me a minute, y'all, to find where it does. Because it jumped like crazy that time. Okay, the people's voice is powerful. I read that. April Wright, no bread. Okay, I got that. I'm trying to find where I was. Because it jumped so far up. Okay, Tasha T is in the building, and Tasha is saying, hold it, hold it, hold it. It's beautiful, the things you do. Thank you, Tasha. Tasha, did you finally get your cash out? Did you send it to me? Because I can't remember now. It'd be too much going on in my head. You remember I deal with the children every day, and this was a week from hell with the children. I had one of them yesterday to hit Miss R in the back of the head with a belt buckle. And Lord, she fell over on me crying, but she's a totally different person this year than she was last year. Last year, she would have got up and she would have beat the stank out of him. This year, she just fell over on me crying. We've had a lot of meetings this week, so I mean, it's been one week. I mean, just trying to keep up with it. They had me working, remember, overtime in the middle of the day, so I only had an hour off all week from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I came out on my 1 hour and talked to y'all and had to go back and do a midday run. This person that I was doing the midday run, her daughter has cancer and it has come back again. So she has been out with her daughter, so I took her place. So it's been a hell of a week, and next week ain't looking too much better. Lots of meetings. I remember that getting off work at 6 p.m., going to the stores, and all the shelves were empty. Yes, ma'am, Miss Jackie. Sure were. Hey, Candy. Candy said, oh my God, yeah, it happened. And sometimes, they just, today, he came back and I talked to him back there and I told him, I said, look, we can't have this. If you're going to be attacking people for no reason, she was not bothering you, you're going to have to become a car rider. Because I have 27 kids on here and I have to take time out with each and every one of them with whatever problem they having. And you're getting ready to go to high school next year. That tells me you're not quite ready. Something is wrong. So I had talked to his parents yesterday, and nobody in the house spoke Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish fluently. I know the menu better than anything. So, plane flying over. I'm in a flight path. It's moving too. I'm in the flight path of Hobby Airport. Um, You sent it yesterday? Okay, then I gotta send it then. It's on me again. Okay. Um, so anyway, I was telling him, you gotta do better than what you're doing. So this evening he came in, he just laid his head over on the seat and I was kinda looking at him out the side of my eye. And then when he got ready to get off, he said, Miss V, I'm so sorry about yesterday. And I said, yes, but sorry doesn't do any good. What if you had really hurt her where she had to go to the hospital, or you hit her in the head? That could have caused some kind of brain injury or some kind of damage to her. He say, can I hug her and tell her I'm sorry? I said, you have to ask her. So he went over to it, which she was sitting right opposite of me. He asked her if it was okay, can I hug you? And she said yes, and she gave him a hug. And I was like, thank you, Lord. Woo! They're so much better this year than last year, because that would not have been pretty last year. That's my big girl. That's my 200-pounder, okay? She would have laid him to rest. But she's so humble this year. She really grew up over the summer. Do people know they can wash their behind while you worried about toilet paper? I knew Princess was gonna come in here with one to get me started. Hey, Lynette, how you doing, Lynette? Welcome back, baby. Miss Archer speaking to you. To just apparently they don't. It would take Princess to come in here with one like that. No, oh no. Okay, let me get on down. I think that's the end of that. But anyway, there could be another strike. Back to the strike. Thursday's deal is likely over until they finish all of the negotiations, which will be January the 15th. The final language in the full contract will be completed then. So hopefully we won't have to worry about that. We just getting through the storms. If we can get through October, the storm season ends in November. So we will have made it through that. And actually here we should have a cold front coming through on Monday. So that's a blessing within itself. Yes. So should the members vote against the deal, the strike might start once again. And such a rejection of a tentative labor deal is not unheard of. Just last month, y'all got to remember, the Association of the Machinists and Boeing reached a tentative deal which union leaders recommended 33,000 members accept. The leadership even described it as the best deal they had ever negotiated with the company. But union members voted nearly unanimously to reject it and have remained on strike since September the 13th. Let's see. Let me go back up with Tajistic. She probably saying something. She ain't got no business in here. I hope they don't replace them with Al like they did some Amazon employees. I know. I think that they realized they needed them. That the U.S. really can't run without its ports. It's too much water. It's the way the United States is carved out in the earth. You got water basically surrounding a lot of the borders. Okay, like here we got the Gulf of Mexico, you got the Atlantic on this side, you got the Pacific on this side, and that's a lot of water. And then you got your lakes and your rivers all in between, your bays. It's a lot of water here, so they can't make it. I mean, you importing stuff in and out. It's too expensive to fly everything in. You can't get but so much on a plane. If I don't know if any of you have ever been into the bottom part of the plane where everything is stored down there, it's so small. The headroom, a person my size, 5'5", got to bend down to get off in there, and they got everything just organized. It might be a small car here. Over here, it might be a body that they carrying. Over here, they could have goods and services. Over here, they got luggage. It's a little bit of everything down there underneath the big Boeing planes that come in. The small ones can't carry all of nothing but your luggage underneath there. Might be animals down there, and they can't stay down there but so long because there's not that much air for them to breathe down there. Uh, to just saying artificial intelligence queen. Okay, gotcha. But anyway, I'm just elated, I guess, happy about the strike is over, at least for now. And maybe with the money situation, that always will make you feel a little bit better if you can go out and you can get some more money. Normally, you know, what I've seen in the past, working all these years, if they give you a little raise, they find a way to take it from you. Either Social Security goes up, taxes goes up, some insurance goes up, some kind of way, you're not going to see that whole $4. Just not going to happen at all, period. But that's what I want to come out here and talk to y'all about tonight. I haven't seen my Alex in here tonight, so she ain't gonna be trying to hold me on here all night. Cause when Alex come in, baby, she wanna say what she gotta say, and then she don't want to get off. Now she might not, I might not see Alex for another week or so. Cause every time I see her, she be out there driving. Y'all know it. But y'all have been wonderful to talk to tonight. I'm not gonna stay on here too much longer. I'm gonna go get in the shower, and I'm gonna go to bed. But I don't have nothing planned for this weekend. So I'm going to come out here this weekend, probably morning and evening tomorrow. And then, you know, I always try to come out on Sunday morning before I go to church. So if y'all have something y'all want to talk about, you know my email is vetbmom at gmail.com. Miss Audrey, you have sent me several things, so I'm going to try to get and read those, and we'll come out here and we'll talk about that. But if anybody else has anything, that's my email. You can send it to me. So y'all, I'm going to get off of here now and go and take a shower, and then just lay back and watch me a movie until I fall asleep. Sounds like a great idea to me. So y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you for coming in and chatting with me. Hit the like button on the way out. Have a good evening, Miss Audrey. Thank you. I appreciate that. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you good people tomorrow. Much love to you. I'm out. Candy. Okay, later, Ms.V in chat. All right. Okay, this is gonna be a John Boy night. Goodbye, Candy. Goodbye, Tajista. Goodbye, Miss Audrey. Goodbye, JP. Goodbye, Miss April. Goodbye, Tasha T. That's enough. Goodbye, Jackie. I'll see y'all later. Love you. Bye bye.